What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today, doing another Wasianiverson VOD review because this guy's really good at TFT. He's just the best player to VOD review. I don't know what to say. Like, this guy always has really good line selection, always just, it just makes perfect sense what he's going to play, line selection-wise, and then also execution-wise. I just feel like it always, whenever I'm watching this guy, I feel like I'm just constantly, like, learning, just like, oh, obviously I should do this thing in this line, this thing in that line. So we start off here with an interesting opener. Brawler, Nova, nothing really crazy here. No amazing slams here. We could hold on to the Zoe here with this Leona, but he opts to actually not hold on to it. I do think this Zoe Leona Printer thing is just not as good as it once was after the nerfs to this line. They've just hit it to the point where, you know, if we don't have a really solid like Leona 2 start, I'm not that excited to take it. And I'm also not that excited to take any of these augments. Survivor, Tiny Titans, and Lunch Money all seem pretty bad in our spot here. So I think we definitely need to roll Lunch Money, Tiny Titans. Survivor, I mean, you must roll in a spot like this just to hopefully find something good behind door number 1, because the other two are quite bad. And we hit Slightly Magic Roll, which is pretty good. What's not so good is we get the Slightly Magic Roll option that just makes your units tankier. This option is pretty decent from a combat standpoint, but the only way to really make a combat augment in this spot work is to win streak. And the upside is that we hit the Rek'Sai here, so we do actually end up winning this fight against a Terminal Meeplosity? Is that what it's called? The Poppy Hero augmented player. So we do win this fight, at least, so that's something. And then this is the shop that actually makes the game, I think, quite playable, is we hit this Gragas 2, and we hit Talon 2, though I don't think it's even going to end up going onto our board. And so with this setup, we actually can realistically look at win streaking here. Our best slam would certainly be a Giant Slayer here, just to get a good solid item made on our carry, but we're actually going to make Kraken here. I believe the reason why Wasian makes Kraken here is because he's thinking of this being a Master Yi game. You know, Giant Slayer, obviously a very good flex item, but he says, you know what? I got plus HP. I got a Gragas here. I got already, I mean, almost the entire Master Yi board, so why shouldn't I just assume this is going to be a Master Yi game? The Kraken, it's not amazing onto the Urgot because he attacks pretty slowly, but hey, I mean, it's an item onto him, and it can go really nicely onto the Kindred late game, and we also have the ability to just, you know, make Edge of Night. That's the big thing, is we're leaving Edge of Night open as a slam. This is the single most important item if you are thinking of playing Master Yi. And so that's what we're going to think of from this spot. I actually already did a Yi VOD review earlier, and so you might say, well, why are we doing another one? Well, it's not another Yi VOD review. I mean, I wouldn't do 2 Yi VOD reviews. That's just kind of boring. We do drop our streak here, which is honestly really bad. Almost feels like then we have to take RE6 XP here just to kind of repair our econ, because we are not going to be very rich. We did not make 10 that round. We kind of gambled on having a pretty strong board, and we lost. I mean, we have not taken an econ augment, and we are, you know, just in a rough spot here. The upside, econ wise though, is that we do, if you look at our EXP bar here, have a little bit less XP that we have to spend, because it is the, you know, every level costs 2 less EXP portal, so it's only, you know, 18 to get up to level 6 here, so not the worst, actually. Opts to take the bow here, which I thought was quite interesting. He has the Edge of Night as a possible slam in this spot here, but he actually just opts to take bow because you can use so many bows in this line, right? You can make Red Buff, you can make Giant Slayer, you can make, I mean, another Kraken, you can make Last Whisper, you can actually just make like almost every single Titans, I mean, is even a reasonable slam if you have to. So bow just slams into everything. It's also not like we need to make an Edge of Night slam. I think had we 1, 2, 3, it would have made a lot of sense to just take that Chain Vest and guarantee our Edge of Night here, but we're not on a win streak anymore here, so we don't actually need to prioritize slamming right now. We'd much rather just wait, get that Edge of Night when we get there, and then have this bow open for, like I said, the Last Whisper, the Red Buff. Really good items can come out of this bow. There's never too many bows that you can have in this comp, especially because of how Kindred works. And that's assuming that we are going to still play Master Yi, which I think is the kind of the default idea here in this spot. It also makes sense with the Slightly Magic Roll, right? It's extra HP, and a brawler board likes extra HP, and then it's going to multiply that extra, I think it's 150 HP even further. So pretty good. Also pretty good is that we did get to this very nice board, actually, 4 brawler, 2 marauder, 2 nova here. Really, only downside of this board is there's not much room to go from here. I mean, you could add a psionic would be the big thing to add to this board, but that's really about it. Items wise here, we do end up in kind of funny spot. I guess you could make Redemption if you have to here, and that still leaves a lot of really good stuff open here. I don't know what else you would make here in this spot, so I think that's going to end up having to be the slam here. Also, I mean, we do upside is we have a Gragas 2 here, so it's pretty reasonable. He slams the belt here, but then sees we're fighting an Anima player with a garbage board, so no need to slam here, especially when we're about to go into Augment here. What if we get, say, an item grab bag or something like that? Then we're going to end up over slamming here and reducing our options. So might as well wait here, get to our Augment here. Too tanky. I think the pivot to Samira is quite sketch, so I don't think we can go for that. Heavy's the crown doesn't really make much sense in this line. Crash test dummies I don't really love in this line either. Yeah, I don't love any of these options. Jail I don't really want to take, especially the upside is it could allow you to drop a Kali late game easier. I do not actually mind advance alone in this spot here. You do also have, ooh, Sunfire board's not bad either, actually. This is just really good combat, and this is just, you know, a good econ that's going to get us there. The only thing is we are silver gold. Let's pull up the chart. So because we know we're silver gold here, we know our odds of seeing prismatic glass are really high. 5% out of that total 17% is really, really quite high here. So I think you're not allowed to take advanced loan here just because of that, because there's really high odds that you get a prismatic as your last augment, and then you downgrade prismatic, and then your game is really, really rough. And yeah, he's actually, wow, this is wild. I mean, we're on a 3 streak, so we're gonna opt to make the double slam here. Gonna opt to make the redemption slam and the GS slam. Not sure that we completely need it here, because this is not very close of a fight here, but I mean, Wasian decided that we needed, and now with the double upgrade, our board's actually looking insane here. 97 HP, double combat augment. I mean, I think in most players' spots, you would just play this into a very, very easy Yi game, and, you know, you would chill. Actually, this person in his chat says, looks like a quick top 4 Yi and Q next. And I mean, I think that's a very reasonable take. I would say is that we would just play this into a Master Yi game and be done with it. But it's never that easy with Wasianiverson. It's never just bada bing, bada boom, play a Yi game and have an easy life here. Shared wealth, just great in Ari. Pick up even the Soraka option is just bad, so we're not going to take that here. I guess we're going to take cloak here. Actually, glove, yeah, I kind of like glove even better. Both can be armor shred, but glove can build into a lot more good stuff in this line. Also, you know, we still need the edge of night if we are thinking of playing Yi, which once again, it's a little, you know, touch and go. We'll see here. We do get that Psionic like we talked about in here, which is really, really nice. Third item onto the Urgot, and now Sympathetic can go on everybody. Hey, shout out to Riot Games. I will say, I pray that Riot Games learns from this, and every single time they print one of these traits in the future, they design it like this, where you can now, you know, put the Sympathetic on an AP unit or an AD unit. There's no reason to like limit it in that way. And hey, I mean, I think we actually, it took a little while, but the Psionic items are actually in a really nice spot where you can throw them onto anybody, have a pretty good time. There's obviously some units they're really, really good on, some units they're less good on, but I mean, that's TFT, right? You don't want every item to be completely unconditional. You want some cool combos to exist, or else like, what's then the game's not interesting. But yeah, I mean, we're keeping our streak here, 97 HP on a 6-win streak here, and I believe it's, you know, last round, maybe this round, as we continue to keep this streak and realize that we're winning every fight, Wasianiverson starts to think, wait, why do we actually have to play Master Yi in this spot? There's nothing really saying that we are forced to play Yi in this spot, and if we keep up our win streak in an econ portal, in that, you know, we have Ari as one of our gods, and an econ actual portal, okay, I use those interchangeably sometimes, but you get where I'm coming from, right? Each level is 2 XP less as well. It's actually quite easy to make it to 9 in this spot, especially even if we get to Ari Boon, which we are obviously guaranteed. We get this hilarious prismatic orb that just downgrades to one of these tiny orbs here. So that's, I saw the prismatic and I was like, oh my God, that's exactly what we need, a ton of gold. But no, it actually doesn't end up being a ton of gold. So yeah, not going to happen here. Quicksilver to come down. It does actually look item slams wise like we are still thinking of this being a Mr. Yi game. There's no reason not to think of this as being a Master Yi game, right? In this spot still. I think Wasian is between the two lines. He's saying, you know, if I keep up streak, yeah, and actually here is where he fully locks in the idea of this being a fast 9 game. He said, I won 4-1, I'm on an 8 streak here, 70 gold here. Even if I get 10 out, even if I lose this entire stage here, I can just chill for a very, very long time and then make it to 9. Augment here, you'd love to get some kind of econ so that you have any econ to make it to 9 here. He could also, by the way, go back and play Yi here, but I think Duo Q is the perfect augment here, gives us components that will allow us to play to this board, and also the dream is obviously to find a Graves. If you Duo Q find a Graves, then, you know, you end up in this spot where you can start early stacking the Graves. We don't quite hit that, but we do end up picking up the Vex here, which is really, really nice, and we actually get the double bow for Vex, which is amazing. This can start building into Vex items, because obviously we have the QSS GS Kraken, these are going to be great items onto a Graves later, but we need Vex items as well in this comp, especially because Vex got buffed. Also, oh my god, that's a close fight. I'm pretty surprised, actually, that he played this board, but I think the idea is just Blitz is a great unit. He gets an extra trade onto the board, and this also allows us to make 40 gold, which is really, really nice. I would have thought the Psionic is just better on this board just to get an extra full item, but I guess at the end of the day, maybe it's not, because like you're throwing that item onto Vex. It's attack speed onto a Vex. I don't hate it. Obviously, we do not need to make the red buff in this spot here. It's not a bad slam onto Vex, but we have Sunfire board here, so no need to make that in this spot here. So we can just continue on our streak here. 50 gold, 10 streak, 97 HP, and this is what Fast 9 is all about. I mean, you want to default to Ari here. Blessing size is okay, but yeah, I think just taking Ari here is good. And we can just take the GS here off of the Gwen here. Would love to get the Gwinsus, but you know, Gwinsu GSTG would be our dream itemization setup, and we're not far from it. But yeah, get our 7 rerolls here, and obviously we can just chill for a little bit before we slam these. But yeah, I think this is something that you know, Wasianiverson does all the time, and I mean, people give him his flowers for this, but maybe not even enough, because he is just such an absolute beast. Is going Fast 9 in spots like this. Look at our augment setup. We have half of an econ augment here in the duo queue. It's not even, I would call this a full econ augment, because what, it gives you 10 gold worth of units. I mean, that's just not a gold econ augment when you think about it. But because of the portal we're in, because of the win streak, that's the really, really big thing, is Wasianiverson in so many spots like this, he just ends up winning every single fight early. And this allows you to, I mean, if you win streak every single game, you are allowed to Fast 9 very, very frequently, because you're in this spot here. I'm 97 HP, 72 gold here on the way to 9. I mean, there's no reason not to do it. And this is what goes back to what we started the VOD with talking about, is Wasianiverson's line selection is, so many people I think would play this game into a Yi game, but he sees that this could be a Fast 9 option, and I mean, it makes perfect sense. I mean, the Gwinsu is really, really nice here. We do also pick up the Morgana here with this extra adaptive here. He's actually looking at, by the way, reforging this. I thought that this was going to be just a, oh, that's a little bit of a troll there. Okay, -1 remover, all good. But he does actually make the double adaptive here. Doesn't worry too much about getting to TG. TG's great, obviously, but getting 3 tank items onto our main tank is really, really nice. And also, check this out. I think this is another innovation that people have kind of been talking about for a while, but for a while, this Morgana unit has been kind of maligned. People have been like, I am not very interested in tanking this unit whatsoever. But I do think the more that people have played around her, they've realized that, I mean, if you end up in a world where you can't find a Nunu 2 and you can't find a TK2, and that world is quite often the case, you do sometimes need a backup tank in a spot like this, and the Morgana that just fell right into our laps is certainly a good one to play around here. We do pick up the Aatrox here, which is really nice, because we were running the risk of falling into Aatrox jail there. And here's another thing that Wasian does so good, is that I think a lot of players, I would not be surprised if I was like coaching a player here and they just sent it on 5-1, because they're like, well, I can go 9 here, I have 7 free rerolls, I need to hit my board. But it's a Fast 9 game. There's a lot of stuff to hit. We want to find Vex 2, we want to find Graves 2, we want to find all this different kind of stuff. And so if we do delay our 9 by just a couple of rounds, we're still going to be totally fine HP-wise. We dropped to 53 HP, but we get so much more gold to go with here. I mean, look at this. We have 60, 70 gold to roll here, and it's almost guaranteed that we're going to find our board here. Vex 2 gets picked up here. We find the Shen. Find a Jin 2 actually is a pretty interesting backup on this board. And yeah, he is going to play the Jin in the slot the Graves normally goes in, and then throw these items onto the Fiora 2 that we picked up. Oh, Wasian and these item slams, man. Dude, he needs to just boot up the aim trainer, man. Like, he's actually, before regionals, needs to get this one down, but it doesn't matter. We do end up winning the fight anyway. Do have to burn another remover for this, and we really would like to take a Vex item here. Completed item anvil is, best possibility at finding that, and we do find a Graves here who is just going to come in on this board here, and our Vex item is going to have to be JG, I must imagine, in the spot. I mean, he could actually move GS down here, and yeah, I love it. Move the GS down here. Would rather get that Sterex onto the Fiora, because she's actually not that survivable right now, and this is also looking like, I mean, it's quite interesting. We got the Graves in here really late. Our first upgrade is coming on 5-6 here, but Wasian said, I'm 55 HP here. I actually do have the time to make it to Graves, right? It's not as if, you know, we're going to not ever make it to the Graves upgrades. It's going to be slow, but we're going to reach it there. Also, I really think this is a cool version of the board where we're not playing the Blitz Nunu that you would normally play. We have the Morgana on this board who is a tank, but actually only needs 1 unit slot, which is really, really nice. So you don't actually have to, you know, dedicate that full Blitz Nunu, though obviously you would like to. Blitz Nunu is an amazing combination. And so you get extra unit slots, which we are using on playing this random Jin 2, which is not a bad unit on this board by any means. The Eradicator buff is really, really nice, and just a Jin 2 is going to do some damage here. So I love this play from Wasianiverson. I love the spot that we're in now, and yeah, I mean, we are obviously coasting, I mean, easily to a top 4, but the question is, can we top 1 here? Pick up the Graves 2. Here's the other innovation from Wasian here. I mean, Sterax, I think, is just a very solid item, so we can just take this here and move these items down here. Is that prior to getting to this Graves upgrade, we kept the items on the Fiora, because an unupgraded Graves is really not doing a lot. Now that we're, you know, getting to buckshots, we don't have to worry so much about that, and Graves is a really good unit, and Fiora is like a little mediocre, I would say, so we now do end up moving items over to Graves. But just the perfect amount of time that we're sitting on the Fiora items, then we move them to the Graves here. Now that we're at Buckshot Plus, we're definitely keeping those items onto Graves. And also, we're keeping our options open as far as what our board's going to be. He's saying, you know, if I do end up in this world where I hit, say, the Blitzcrank 2 or the Nunu 2, I can swap into this board here. Does not jump the gun here, is not going to swap in Nunu 1 for Morg 2, because he knows that it's going to be much worse as far as a tank goes. So we're going to keep the Morgana on the board, and we are just going to try to keep stabilized. It's kind of crazy that this fight's so close, and actually we almost lose there to a non-Lulu 3 board, but I mean, that board just does a lot of work, and we are going to rotate into this guy as our last fight here. 59 HP, 5 streak for Wasianiverson. Still has a lot of stuff left to find, honestly. Really wants to find the Nunu 2 so we can make that swap out. Also has just, you know, level 10 as a big upgrade that we can find here as well. But we'll see what happens. That is a pretty big Blitzcrank on the enemy board, so we'll see if our board can get through it without finding some extra upgrades here. The Vex doing a lot of work. The Graves doing a lot of work as well. We do lose this fight, but the other thing is, remember, we got that really late Graves in. He's got a lot of time to get upgraded here still. He is going to get another upgrade this round. This should be Buckshot plus, right? And so we are getting a lot of value out of it. Someone in his chat probably rage baiting him, saying that he needs heal cut here. And he's like, bro, I have Sunfire board here. I do not need heal cut. And then he, you know, hopefully will ban that Twitch chatter, maybe. The other thing is we have the HP lead here. So we can actually afford to take loss after loss here and be in a totally fine spot. Though honestly, with the Buckshot plus, I think we're just going to win the fight. All right. I mean, we don't even have to wait until the next stage, and it's just an easy game for Wasianiverson. Just a beautiful fast 9 game. I really do feel like this line is coming back in a big way because of the buffs to Vex, because of nerf to some of the other fast 9 stuff. You know, the Shepherd nerf hit that other line, and so I think this comp is really, really solid. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have made it this far in the video, I really appreciate it. And to show a little bit of my appreciation, bada bing, bada boom, here is a code for a free, it's like the 7-year Pengu Tactician. This is a one-use code. I know people get confused a lot with these codes, so throw this into your client and try to get you know, this free chibi. And if you get it, shout out to you. If you throw it into your client and it doesn't work, sorry, but hey, that's just the way of the world, I guess. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. You know what, actually, nah, I'll do that in the next one. Okay, I'm thinking of some ideas of ways to give these out as well. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch down below. Sorry for everybody, I did not stream on Sunday. The day kind of ran away from me and I ran out of time, so I did not get a Sunday stream in. Maybe this video is coming out on Monday. I really shouldn't make more like false promises that I can't keep, but I may get a stream in on Monday to kind of like make up for that. Monday's also gonna be pretty busy, but I mean, Tuesday's actually more open, so I could probably get a stream in on Tuesday to make up for it. So yeah, we'll see. But thank you guys for watching as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.